いいんじゃない？ Alright, what do I build first? The lens thing or the telescope? I guess the telescope helps more because I can actually see what it makes it easier to see the, scope or, yeah, the, what do you call it? Fuck. Whatever. Anyway, let's get it. Okay, and both sides. The fuck? Oh, it's Comey looking back. You see this shit? This whole focus. This hole here is supposed to. Well, there's a threaded hole in this thing. So there's like a set screw that got like jammed in here. Something, I don't know. Well, now we should just throw this away. I mean, we got tons of these. It's fine. It's more of a question of and then someone jammed a screw in here that's backwards. Fuck. There's no hole. What do you call it? Hole for the ball driver. See, we're gonna. No. Oh, I see. You sent something on Discord. Is that right? Oh, okay. What is this? Okay. I missed a lot of these actually. Okay, so you got a LCD and Raspberry Pi, I assume. Kind of hard to source Raspberry Pis in this economy or in this market, but it's good that you have one. Yeah, sorry. What are you making? Mobile scanner. Sorry, mobile scanner, as in like radio like scanning or some other scanning. Try to infer based on what you've been working on recently. But okay, police scanner. Okay. Sorry, making sure because I would have guessed, but also you never know, right? Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So something's beep. Oh, it's my iPad, isn't it? Yeah. Hold up. Okay. Cool. What are you gonna, or what do you do for the actual radio component, though? So this is, which one is it? This one. Okay, just move that. Oh fuck. OP25. Oh, interesting. Okay. Sorry, OP25 is not what like the. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. I see. There's a Hackaday post that kind of talks about that. Okay. Display the call. Okay. Interesting. Cool. Oh, this is the one that has the shitty phone. Sorry. Um. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna get my beam coming from over there to over here. Let's see. Where can I intercept the beam again? It's alright. This okay, but that's cool. That's cool. Um, nice. I guess this is a good middle ground between just buying one, right? Because I know you said there was like a handheld one you were looking at some point, right? So it's probably a good middle ground between just spending a fuck ton and buying it versus, well, not. Okay, so I guess this is okay in terms of let me get a beam block. Probably okay. Yeah, so I don't have to, but I want to get the beam all the way from uh, the table to my little breadboard here. Fitting glove box in your backpack. Okay, cool. And I guess you could even If you wanted to go all the way, you could probably like 3D print like a nice box enclosure thing that you could. Yeah. Oh, okay. You are planning. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I would definitely. Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe there are commercial ones that might kind of work nicely, but it's always fun to have a little 3D printing project, right? Okay. This is. All right. I guess I want this the other way. Yeah. Although, speaking of 3D printing, I recently tried Onshape. It's a website. They have a web what do you call it? They have a CAD. Their whole platform is like doing CAD and electrical stuff like designs in on the web, and it was surprisingly good. I was a little skeptical because it's a web application, and I'm like, how well does that actually perform? But it worked, well for what I had. Obviously, I would rather use a proper CAD application that actually runs on your local computer, right? But it was for work. So, I can't get SolidWorks without paying the full seat, and same with Autodesk. So yeah, but since you don't have to worry about that, I would recommend getting a proper application. Yeah, I don't know what's I don't know what's popular these days, but I know Fusion 360 is typically the one that gets recommended. Evans, okay. Oh, this is the wrong screw as well. Let me get the beam over here in the meantime. Ow. Okay, welcome back. I still don't have the beam over here yet. I'm missing my. I had a ruler. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Or maybe I should have actually. Let's see if I can get line of sight. Ah, that's rough. Yeah, I don't think I can get line of sight with the experiment. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just gonna have to use a bunch of mirrors. Anyway, what we're talking about CAD, right? Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I've had good experience with Fusion 360, and I think that's what everyone recommends usually. Um, yeah, if you know, it does annoy me that it's Fusion's all about cloud integration, this and that, and it's like, yeah, okay, Fusion, shut up now. Like, I get it, you like the cloud, but it's nice for simple things. It is a little annoying because oh, this is Roxburgh again. Fusion's a little annoying in that you can do like generative design, like the organic type designs that the fancy ones that where you just kind of define um, where your forces or yeah where the forces that you care about are, and then it kind of computes sort of like an organic way to kind of achieve the parameters you want. But the problem with Fusion is that they're trying to use it as advertisement for their like cloud computing thing. So um, so what you do is like you have your generative design, right? You say, okay, I want this wall to be relative, like maybe like this thread versus this wall should have this relationship and they should be connected like this. And then you say like, okay, go mathematically compute the most efficient structure for that. And then what it does is it does that, but it offloads it to Autodesk servers. So even though you're sitting there and it's like, I've got like, like in my case, it was like, okay, I got 12 cores and an entire GPU sitting here. But since Autodesk wants to advertise their whole cloud platform that does all the calculations for you, it uses none of that hardware and it sits in a queue on Autodesk servers because I have the free edition. And then it waits for the calculation to be done and kind of figure out what the optimal shape is. And I'm like, I get it, but it's also like, right? Yeah, I mean, it's they're a business. I get it, but like also, like it's and I think it's somewhat justified. If they gave out that many features, then I think they'd probably lose a lot of money. But it is one of those things where it's like, so like for some of my designs, I was waiting like a day for it to come back. I guess just because the servers were like this was soon after they announced it, so I think that's probably also a reason why. But from what I heard, it usually only takes like like several minutes to maybe like half an hour. But it's still kind of annoying that you can't use your own hardware, right? Of course, again, I was using it free, so can I really complain? Not really, right? I'm not too bothered by it, but Clipping somehow. Okay, yeah, totally. Yeah. Yeah, screw threads are a little annoying to 3D print. I don't know. Have you seen some of the videos about well, anyway, so what often people will do is they'll just put a hole and then those metal threaded inserts. Maybe I can find a link to one. But what people will do is they'll grab one of those threaded inserts and like shove a soldering iron in it and then just push it into the hole, right? Let's see if I can find a video about it. Metal or like a threaded insert 3D prints. Um, yeah. Is this CNC Kitchen? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think so. Oh, okay. Well, maybe this is a little redundant information, but I think most people do this or what's in this video. Um, but yeah, the long story short is that you get one of those metal, threaded inserts, and then you just melt it into your part. Um, and from what I've been told, it works pretty well. So, you know, that could be that's probably lot less hassle than trying to CAD a screw thread that actually prints well, right? I know. Or that or okay, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, obviously I think the best case in this situation is obviously just ask your friend, right? It's their 3D printer, right? So they probably know best what can and can't be done. Um, but yeah, I've heard that the JAMA, I always thought it was so funny though, where it's like I don't like who thought of that. It's like, oh yeah, just take a threaded insert and just jam it in or jam a soldering iron in it and just push it into the print. Like it makes a ton of sense, but I just thought it was so funny that they're like, oh yeah, I have a soldering iron. Let's just do that. Yeah, I'm actually starting to run out of mirrors. I have to go through all this hassle just because. So one of my colleagues is out of town this week, so it was just me and a second or the other one, and the one that I was working with this week, they wanted to leave the. We made a little progress on the experiment, um, and they wanted to kind of keep it in a. We made a little progress, but there's a few other things we could try. So I wanted to keep going, but they really wanted to just leave the experiment in this kind of we made a little progress state to show our other colleague. Um, so kind of what I'm doing right now is that so I don't get them so I don't piss them off essentially. I'm intercepting the laser beam at a point before the experiment or slightly before the experiment, and I'm just kind of bypassing or I'm having it bypass the experiment and onto this table here so that I can test out my idea. um, that way if it doesn't work or if we want to revert it or that way come Monday when our colleague comes back or the other one comes back, I can just move a mirror and then we can still show him what we worked on. So like a handle too, that's a good point. Yeah, yeah. um, yeah, I don't know, I've always been a little bit, what do you call it, hesitant on making handles in out of 3D prints. But sometimes you can't really avoid it, right? So, oh, I need the small screw. Yeah. This is not the right. Oh, it's this one. This backpack size, right? Okay. And I think you said you already have a battery bank, right? So, oh, shit. I should drop one. Sorry. I gotta pick it up. So let's. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Sounds fun. Sounds fun. I didn't realize that you could. I mean, I guess should I really be surprised that you can do that with a Raspberry Pi? Like at this point, at this point, I guess it shouldn't really surprise me that you can, people how creative people get. Uh, But yeah, cool, cool. Sounds fun. Yeah, one of the people I work with in this lab, they asked me last week, or yesterday actually. Where's fun? Where's fun? Fruits. They asked me yesterday, like, yeah, like we were here until pretty late, so they were like, yeah, so what are your plans for the weekend? And I'm like, nothing. I did tell him, I'll come by probably. I did tell him I'd come by to the lab to get out of the rain, just because we're gonna have a little bit more rain this week, this weekend specifically. But besides that, I was like, yeah, nothing. I mean, I guess I could have told him I'd stream, but I mean, what good is there in telling him that? I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, yeah, sounds fun. Sounds fun. I got some soldering to do tomorrow, and then actually, so Scomi, I had a question to ask. Kind of, let's see, it are the aristocrats planning to have a do a cover of Akatsuki to Hana? The only reason why I ask is because that song is spring themed, right? And we're getting pretty close to springtime, so I was planning on doing a cover, but I wasn't sure if there was maybe already one in progress. Then don't think so. Okay, then I'll just kind of do it on my own. Okay, so I need what? This is 3 inches. So yeah, yeah. I don't know. I was, I was getting to the point where so there's a few ones I want to do. One cover I want to do is a Pokemon cover, just because we're kind of getting close to the end of Ash's whole thing. So I want to do a Pokemon cover too, um, because I think it's ending on the 24th. So I was thinking in terms of schedule, those are both around the same time. I think spring starts when this year? I mean, I guess every year it's probably about the same, right? But when does spring technically start? When does spring start? The 20th to the yeah, the 20th. Okay. Python. Uh, let's see. Well, I mean, that's how does the display connect to the Raspberry Pi? Is it um do you just have access to like all the actually no, these what is it? Is it like it's I2C? Oh, okay, then yeah, I mean I it should be pretty well, I don't know if it's necessarily straightforward, right? But it shouldn't be too much trouble, right? Hopefully. Hopefully we'll see. Yeah. I don't know if I can offer any help, but I can, try if you need. I guess I'm still hard. So we're okay, then you're pretty much there, right? This is so tall. I guess I should bring the beam down a little bit actually. Yeah, I shouldn't use these tall posts. I should just bring the beam down to regular height. Yeah. Ooh. Samples though. Right, right, but I mean, sometimes the sample doesn't even work. So that's the thing that kind of with people are like, oh, but like, and they're like, oh, there'll be projects where the developer puts in like a sample or two, and then they're it's just like that's it. But then when you try to run the sample, it's like samples are all fucked up, and it's like, well, shit. Okay, let's see. I guess I'll just calibrate it to this height as well. And 1602. Oh, that's pretty standard then, right? Let's see. 1602 is what? 16 characters over 2 rows? Is that? Yeah, okay, yeah. At least they're consistent about the naming, right? Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it looks pretty good, right? It's got all the stuff that you'd want, I think, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, yeah, let us know how it goes. Or another screw here. And sorry, just for the record, this is safe to do without glass or safety glasses. I don't have any safety glasses on, but the power of this laser is well. First of all, the laser is 510 nanometer. So I forgot we did the calculation at some point, but the long story short is that the we would need at least 10 milliwatts for this to be considered, dangerous enough to start wearing eyeglasses for, and we're at like half. So it's technically, in terms of safety procedures, technically safe for us to not wear glasses for this laser specifically. Hmm? Something's clicking. Oh, it's this. It's in this flyer. Okay. Very cool. Okay. Let me redo this. Sorry, which module? The head on the back. So I don't really see the listing all that carefully. Oh, yeah, yeah, right, yeah, exactly. Because otherwise, you'd have to use the GPIO, and you have to hook up to. Yeah, no, no, yeah, exactly. Yes, yes, yeah. It's good that you got the convenient one. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking you got one of the ones where you have to do like, yeah. What is it? It's usually like what, like a 8 or like 10 pin connection, and you need to like kind of write to every row and column or something. Um, it yeah, yeah, it definitely was a good choice. Yeah, yeah, and I don't think you'll necessarily be bottlenecked by the I2C. What do you call it? Protocol itself, right? Because it's not going to be refreshing all that. I mean, maybe it won't be infrequent, but it's not going to be like insanely frequent either, right? So I do think it was a good choice. Where's my ruler? It's I forget. Let's just do it. Sure. Actually, wait, I don't need to calibrate that here because I can just use a third mirror. I forgot which line. It's not a line 5. Okay. And it was, yeah, I mean, that's really the main thing at the end of the day, right? Yeah. Although I doubt the quality is gonna, you know, like I'm sure that, it's gonna be good enough for what you need. Here, and actually, let me bounce it up. I'm gonna use this line of poles to or to what do you call it? Align my beam. But here's probably the there we go. Yes. Ruler. Forgetting where I put that ruler. Got it. Keep forgetting where I put that ruler. Should just make something new to control. So, I mean, it's literally fuck. Oh, there it is. Keeps blending in. Anyway. Interesting. Yeah, what's up? All right, so now we can use the two mirrors to kind of figure out the height. As long as I'm hitting it here, and then it's also aligned here. Okay, perfect. Well, it's not perfect, but oh, I'm clipping. Advanced working already about 96. Jeez, it's not a lot of time, is it? What happens after that? Sorry, I haven't gotten to watching the channel yet, so mirrors are a little hard to use. Um, Yeah, man, 90 seconds. I mean, actually, now that I think about it, how do you actually get out of a plane in 90 seconds, right? Because, I mean, I don't know. I feel like even if, it's already hard enough getting through a plane normally, right? Like, but then it's like, oh yeah, emergency situations. You got 90 seconds to not die. Like, I guess maybe you can take advantage of the fact that not everyone's going to have that information, but still. Okay, anyway. This is aligned against the center one, and I guess. So what do I want to try? I guess. There's two things we want to try. We want to try if a better or a larger telescoping ratio will help, and then if a larger lens will help. So let's prep the telescope first. And that's why I have these two, which I think are 1380. I shoot these two. I wanted a 1 to 10 ratio. Greater than powerfully counterfactual. Oh, okay. Okay. So, well, yeah, I mean, it doesn't change the fact that it's not a lot of time. Yeah. Jeez. What size this one? I guess I want the flat sides on the inside in this case, right? I don't know. Right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, 2 minutes, not a lot of time, yeah. Don't know what else to say. It's kind of scary to think about, you know. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it would already take a good several, like a good minute to get the like even the emergency doors open, right? So then you kind of have 30 seconds to, maybe I don't know how long. I mean, how long? Like, I guess you've been watching the documentary, so you might know, but like 90 seconds, really? Okay. I don't know. I feel like it, to get people to kind of. I mean, I guess I don't know. I guess if people are panicking, then maybe they'll react faster, but I don't know. It seems. I think, yeah, I think it's this time. People, I guess that's the crux of the issue, isn't it? Yeah. Well, well, I mean, I guess that's good to know. If I ever get in a plane accident and I don't die immediately, then I'll know I have 90 seconds to get the fuck out. Can't see my head. Actually, one way to test it or check if this lens is relatively in the right spot is actually if I just use that this thing. Here it's focused in the right spot, centered on the lens, then it should be relatively centered. Quickly get out. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll just have to hope I never in that. I'm gonna just have to hope that I never have to test test if I'm gonna be calm or not, right? Yeah, this is relatively close. Yeah. Cool. So the trick that we use is we use one of these plates. Uh, oh, I wrote flat side. Okay. So then this is the flat side. I need a bigger post. That dimension. Yeah. I just have to hope I'm never in that situation. Okay, actually, that one I know about. That's the one I know about. Like, I understand people want to be prepared and shit, but like, or want to, be on top of things and shit, but like, damn, talk about a nuisance. Sorry, do we have a ruler around here? How late is it? All right, so from lens to lens, the telescope should be 22 centimeters long. So, say around here. So it's probably around here soon. Oh, I see. Okay, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, that makes sense. Actually, yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't really think about that. Yeah, because yeah, I was just thinking, inflating it in the plane would just be kind of a nuisance because you got everyone kind of, you know, or it's already kind of claustrophobic as it is. But no, that right? Because I mean, I don't know. Is it possible to deflate them afterwards? Like, is that even a thing that you could even attempt? I don't know. This is the flat side. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, and like from a safety perspective, it's like kind of wouldn't expect to really need that. Okay, now I need glasses. I want to look at that right in the eye. But I also need to know where the fuck the view is. Okay. I'm relatively center to it though, so mainly just the height. Stop blinding myself and use this instead. See the damn beam. Yeah. Hmm? Yeah, it's focused here. Yeah. And I want 10 times that distance to do the telescope. This gets super broad real fast. So yeah, yeah, sounds good. Yeah. Actually, the telescope already works pretty well. I mean, it's probably hard. Well, you probably can't see on the camera because I'm going off screen here, but I think it retains its size pretty well. Uh, yeah, actually, problem is we're clipping a lot of it. So also, where did the fuck is this weird shape? The lens maybe just dirty. Lens may just be dirty. Late night McDonald's. Ah, see, lucky. Maybe not lucky, but you guys have late night McDonald's. Ours closes in 15 minutes. Anyway. Okay, so this isn't gonna work because the beam is too diffuse. Oh, it's 24 hours. See, I understand why they closed. Like, who would want to work 24 hours in a college town? or who would want to be open 24 hours in a college town, right? So I get it, but damn, sometimes I just want to get like a McFlurry or something. Sorry. So anyway, 10 to 1, I guess, is too much. So I guess the next maybe 5 or 5 to 1. Yeah, like a five times expansion, or being expansion might be good. Anyway, you're gonna head to McDonald's, right? So we'll catch you later. I'm just thinking about how I can do this expansion. Oh, dude. At some point, I just stopped using like Uber Eats and Grubhub, man. It got too, I don't know. I don't know. It got too expensive, man. I mean, that's also because I'm on a student worker's wage, so that's part of the issue, of course. But well, actually, maybe here's the right spot. The beam looks a lot nicer here now. Yeah, if the beam's this wide, it's not even getting into the lens, so I need to change tactics. Um, what other lenses do we have? If we want to do a 5 to 1, then I guess I can use a 20 and a 100. A 30, 50. These are mounted. Um, actually, actually have the hardware in here. I could do 50 and 500, I guess. A little excessive, but oh yeah, it's in here. Okay. So here's 50. This is also 50. And I think we have a few spare 500s. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I'll switch tactics, do it 50 and 500 then. Sorry, this is 20 and 200, so can I still use this 200 for something? Well, we have a bunch of 500, so it's probably better to use the 50. Hold on. Go take a spot. Actually, one thing me and my colleagues have been doing recently is just because of how expensive these optical components can be. It's just gotten so common to start, pricing things, or at least trying to, or judging the price of things based on like lab hardware. so like a big dinner will be like 5 lenses, for example. And a really big party will be like a nice scope, or like a nice preamp. Fucking nerds, self included. Oh shit! Actually, I think I might have tossed the box for this. Such an awkward size too. Oh, I guess. Yeah. Well, actually, something that I heard, which I thought was kind of really smart, but also why the fuck would you do that? Thanks for ruining it for everyone. Is apparently several years ago there was an issue with like a thief. Except the issue was that not many people really reported the issue because um, whoever this thief, which I guess ended up being some like grad student, um, kept stealing like old but useful equipment. So a lot of the professors would, like it'd disappear and they'd be like, "Oh, okay, we'll just buy a new one, whatever," because it was already old and stuff. So apparently, this person had gotten away with like tens of thousands of dollars worth of like equipment just because they specifically targeted, or they were smart enough to target the old stuff so that people wouldn't care as much. And I was like, like that's smart, but also, damn, how much are you paying these people? How much are you paying grad students for them to resort to something like that? Like, oh, actually, wait, no, I can't use the 500s because then the telescope would be fucking massive. Right, yeah, because if I use a 500 and a 50, then I need 55 centimeters of space to make the telescope. Shit. Okay, sorry, let me rethink. So I have what lenses do I have? Yeah, I actually wanted to fit on here, so let's see. So I'm doing 15 and 50 already, which is like what, like 3 point some in terms of expansion. Uh, 50 divided by 15. It's 3.3. So if I wanted to expand the beam a little more, I could go 4 or 5. We'll just say 5. So 20 and 100? I have 20 here from before. 25 and 100 would give me exactly 4 times expansion. Uh, yeah, let's just do 20 and 100. I don't really want to use it because we only have one 100 lens, but with my dollar gauge. Going full Suichan. Never go full Suichan. But I don't know. I guess so. Anemachi definitely talks to her plushies, but I don't know if Suichan actually does that as well. I guess they say she does, I guess, but I don't know. Anyway, 20 and 100, right? Yeah, 20 and 1. Yeah. Well, speaking of merch, I'm still thinking about the slippers though, because it would be really nice to get like some it'd be nice to get some new slippers. I mean, actually, the slippers I use in the office right now are the cheap Daiso ones that I got a while ago. So yeah. Oh, whoops. Let me get these lenses out of the way before I break them. Did I leave the box? There it is. Well, I mean, it's a plushie, There, it'd be kind of rude not to hug it, right? I used to gather some, but kind of left them all at home. So 1509, is that actually 100? 1509 is a 100 millimeter focal length. I mean, all I hear is it was a good purchase. I mean, that's all I hear, man. Nothing wrong with that. Ooh, that was close. Oh, center. It's clipping the edge of it. Ah, shit. I mean, again, it's fair. It's fair. You know, I yeah. The one issue I have with plushies is I have a hard time figuring out how to keep them clean. like 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 some of them, are machine washable. That's fine. But I'm like, for the ones that aren't, what are you supposed to do? Like some plushies are like they explicitly say you can't wash them, and it's like, okay, yeah, you're supposed to hand wash them, I guess, but some are just like no washing in general, and I'm like, what are you supposed to do then? like like not washing like from the manufacturer's perspective, do they just expect them to be like kept in like a vacuum seal for like eternity? Like, I don't know. That's the one thing I never really understood about plushie like manufacturers. It's pretty sad. Cigars. I mean, you heard you heard her. that sounds like that sounds like an order. Oh, sorry. So 20 and 10. So it should be about 12 centimeters away. So I should be off by a little bit. It should be more like here. Yeah. Okay. Looks a little off right now. I don't know if that's because I'm off or it's, but let's see if we can tilt it. It goes to what is the best solution here? So if I move this a little bit, it should sound right. So all that's left is to see if the telescope worked. Still. Oh, it's my 2 o'clock line. Turn off. Okay. I think all I'll do is, oh, well, that's focused. That's the wrong direction, I think. Let me here. And this much more. This might be, it's a little off, like that much. No, that's focus enough. Might be here. Might be here. That's pretty consistent. Let's try locking it in place. But I guess I shouldn't nail that in quite yet because we have a lot of artifacts on the lens. Let me wash it once. Not wash it, but clean. Oh, ideally I can just unscrew it. Oh, why can't people return any of the tools? Fucker of tools! Like, I thought we wanted the flat sides facing each other in the telescope because when you draw the what do you call it, the ray diagram, make sure that all, well, I guess that makes sense. I guess it's we want the actually, I think we want them the other way. Let's see if that deals with artifacts. Because I guess if the rounded side is facing the direction the beam is heading or is coming from, then at the fringes we would expect some artifacts just because each of the, depending on the imperfections of the lens, we would expect there to be a little bit of, or the focus for, the beam or the rays at the edges to be a little off from the one center. Or ones in the center, but actually that doesn't really deal with artifacts, so I think it is just crap on the lens. When I put online for these types of lenses, well, I can dismount it and clean it, but do I really want to go through all that trouble? Especially since it's not really clear how to clean it. How do I clean this if it's stuck inside the mount? Let me Google real quick. Newport has an article. Okay. Yeah, okay, let's clean it properly then. I'll unmount it and then clean it. I'm good doing that. Hmm. Okay, where is the methanol? Where is the methanol? Nice. Well, like, Alright, let's see if that improves anything. Oh, well, let's see. This other lens is new, so it should. Okay. I'm gonna try to use one of these to clean it this time. Oh, it's not a thread. Strange. So how do you mount this? This doesn't have a thread. How the fuck are you supposed to mount this? Let's try cleaning it up one more time. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Let's see if this shows any improvements. Where's the left out? Oh, shit. It's pretty close. It's got all this crap on it, but it's very close. Oh, okay. All right. So, well, I doubt anyone's coming in tomorrow, so I can probably leave it. It's probably not a big deal. It's such an awful. Anyway, um, I can probably leave it like this, and I guess I might even have space on this breadboard to put the other stuff. So what I wanted to do was I want this 500 millimeter focal length lens to do the main focusing, and I want to augment it with a 2-inch one. Okay. How big is this? Barely an inch, so I think I can barely get a lens in there. So let's make this the last optical component. You know what? At this point, I went through so much trouble to get the telescoping right. Probably makes more sense to just intercept the beam gun. Well, actually, so if we know that 5 times telescoping makes it basically an inch, then I guess we know it's a fifth of an inch about in terms of total size. Okay. Um, Let me just set up the optics, and I will actually do it tomorrow. So, I need one of these lens mounts. Alright, I'm going to call it a day. I got most of what I wanted to get done, so here's the telescope. We go from a small beam to a big beam. It's not really clean, but we get our 5 times telescoping, which, at least from what I've looked at, seems like is most or the biggest kind of we can get our beam before we'd have to start buying like 2-inch optical components or 2-inch diameter optical components. So I think this is the most we can really test in the current configuration, which is nice because well, this is as big as I think. Yeah, I think any bigger we can't really use it anyway. So anyway, so that's that. And then we also have this lens at the very end. You can't really see me taking it off, but there's this lens here that focuses it to 50 centimeters away. I'd like to test with, what do you call it? I'd like to test a farther focal length, which is why I want to put in some optics here. But since I don't have a good mount at the moment, what I'm going to do is I'm going to unmount some optics and do it tomorrow. So we're done for the day. Let's turn off everything. Not really going to bother with cleaning because, well, I'll be back tomorrow anyway. I think Skullmeat was the only one that came by today. So thanks for popping by. And yeah, I'll see everyone at some other point. Right. See you guys later. お疲れ。おやすみ。